For the last 30 years, global manufacturing ran on one simple idea: build anywhere, sell everywhere. But that system is breaking right now, not collapsing overnight, but quietly fragmenting in the ways most companies haven't fully realized yet. And this shift is going to decide who wins and who gets left behind in the next decade. Welcome to the INDUSTRIQO, where we break down what's actually happening in the global manufacturing, not just headlines. Most people think globalization is slowing down. That's not what's happening. What's actually happening is more structural. Manufacturing is breaking into regional blocks. The US is building its own supply chains. Europe is trying to secure its own. Asia is consolidating power. And instead of one global system, we are moving toward multiple competing manufacturing ecosystems. This is the moment globalization didn't end. It started breaking into pieces. And you can already see the cracks forming. Supply chain anxiety has now hit record highs, higher than even during the COVID disruptions. At the same time, global business leaders are meeting to deal with rising trade uncertainty because the system is becoming unpredictable. And that's the real signal. When companies stop optimizing for cost and start optimizing for predictability, it means the system itself is no longer trusted. So what are companies doing? They are not waiting for stability. They are rebuilding closer to home. FY is investing $1.4 billion into a US manufacturing campus. JST is building a $500 million electronics plants in Alabama. These are not short-term decisions. These are decade-long commitments. Now here's what most people miss. When companies start investing billions domestically, they are no longer just expanding capacity. They are reducing dependence on the global system itself. And that changes everything. Because earlier cost decided who wins, now reliability and location win. Which also means some low-cost manufacturers that dominated globally may quietly start losing relevance. And this is where a lot of manufacturers are left behind right now. They are still operating like the old global system exists, but the companies adapting early in how they position themselves, how they present capabilities, and how they attract clients are the ones already starting to win in this shift. If you are trying to close that gap in your own business, there's something in the description that might help. But where it gets even more interesting. It's not just US companies investing locally. Japanese steel producer processors are now building their second US plants, not exporting but producing inside the market itself. So that's a massive shift because globalization used to mean produce where it's cheapest. Now it means produce where it's safest. And this creates a ripple effect most people are missing. If companies start producing inside every major market, global exporters will lose their advantage, which means regional manufacturers suddenly become more important. But here's the catch. Opportunity doesn't go to everyone. It goes to the ones who are ready for it and the one who understands that the next part makes sense. Manufacturing is no longer just business. It's becoming geopolitical. Canada is pushing back on the US trade pressure. The UK is building defense manufacturing partnership with Indonesia. These are not just random developments because once government steps in, this stops being a free market. Policies, subsidies, and alliances start deciding who will win. So manufacturing is no longer just operational, it's becoming strategic and political. So let me ask you something. If your biggest customer tomorrow decides to source locally instead of globally, are you even in the game? So what does all of this actually mean if you are a manufacturer? First one is competing globally will get harder day by day, year by year because markets are becoming more regional and protected. Second, being cheap is no longer enough. You need to be reliable, visible, and locally relevant. Third one, the biggest opportunity is shifting toward regional players because global giants are restructuring and that creates a gap in supply chains. And honestly, this is where most manufacturers are underestimating what's happening because this shift isn't just about where factories are built. It's about who actually gets the contract. If you are not visible, not positioned correctly, or still operating with an outdated model, you are not just behind, you are becoming irrelevant in the new system. That's exactly what we are working on with manufacturers right now. If you are trying to close that gap in your business, there is something in the description that might help. So go and book a free strategy call with us and we will help you. For decades, globalization trade manufacturing made manufacturing more efficient. But now resilience matters more than efficiency. And that's why the world isn't deglobalizing, it's reorganizing into regional, political, and strategic manufacturing blocks. And the companies that understand this early won't just survive this shift, they will dominate it. So this isn't just a trend, this is the future of the manufacturing. So please do like, share, and subscribe for more such videos.